Hi there, this is Carrie at wooingnature.life with the new moon view for air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The new moon, or the dark moon as it's sometimes called, is a time of self-reflection. We tend to go within while the sky is dark, and this is a time for us to renew ourselves or our commitments, or just to be still and know that whatever it is that we have been seeking will be found and it will be revealed to us in its due time. Why do we do this? Why do we connect to the moon? Connecting to your lunar cycle is just another way of connecting to the right timing, and it allows you to operate in the rhythms of nature so that you're not just going off a clock or a stopwatch or whatever it is, you're punching your clock at work or whatever, that you have another way to connect to the timing of the universe. And what this does is it reconnects you to the natural order of things so that your life and your lifestyle are in a much healthier balance. So today's reading is going to be taken from the Moon Oracle, and that's going to give us the overall view. I'll also be reading from the Dreaming Way Lenormand for your element air sign, and then I'll be following up with the Mystical Shaman Oracle cards for each sign of the zodiac. But before I get into that, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the astrology for this month's new moon, and any planets of significance that are walking with her at this time, so that you'll know generally what's happening in the universe in relationship to the new moon. So this month's new moon is in Capricorn. It's in the 4th degree, and it's in aspect, or it's in conjunction with the sun, which it always is during a new moon. It's in conjunct with the sun, also in 4 degrees of Capricorn, and both are moving along with Mercury, also in conjunct in the 25th degree of Sagittarius. So the moon in Capricorn suggests that this is a more serious-minded moon. You may feel the need or the urge to get your house in order, to put things in, to set things in motion. And that kind of makes sense because this is the last new moon before the new year. So you may automatically be doing this already, setting resolutions or affirmations or intentions for the new year. So it just makes sense that you're kind of in the business minded mode of Capricorn with this moon. In the 4th degree, there's a sense that this process of being still, reflecting, self-reflecting, is a very significant part of you being able to move forward with your goals and with your aspirations and your visions moving forward, so that you can get off the fence, or just so that you can detach from the things that are distracting you from reaching those goals. The moon's relationship to the sun, which usually counterbalances the emotional side or the feminine side of the moon, is as its willing partner this month. The two of them again are in conjunct, they're moving together. So you can expect for your actions to be aligned with your urges, with your feelings, the feelings that you have, to straighten out, to clear your mind of any clutter, or to clear out any excesses or whatever it is that's going to prevent you from moving forward, that your actions and your thoughts and everything are kind of in alignment. So this makes it a really great time for you to set your intentions and set your goals, because everything that you're doing, body, mind, and spirit, is headed in that same direction. The other planet that you want to pay attention to during this time is Mercury, and Mercury is the planet of communication, talking, thinking, or even writing as well. But it is in the sign of Sagittarius in the 25th degree, and with Mercury in motion with these other two, with the sun and the moon right now, you can expect to be a little bit more outspoken about what it is that your intentions are, and more specifically, you're going to be more outspoken about what you're not going to tolerate and what you are going to tolerate, and how that's going to tie into you reaching your goals and reaching those goals effectively. So that'll give you an idea of the astrological energy that's moving with the new moon this month, so you can apply that to your focus, or so that you can just pay attention to how those vibrations and how those energies are moving around you. But we'll get right into the new moon reading, which is takes the astrology and builds on it intuitively with the cards, so that the air signs Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius will know how this is affecting them, and also how it's affecting their elemental partners in the zodiac. So we'll go ahead and get started there. All right, so we have the new moon or the black moon in Earth. It is a dormant moon, and the key word is economy. So economizing, when we talk about economizing, it's getting rid of the excess, it's getting rid of the fluff, and it's getting anything that does not represent the core value of what you're headed toward or what you're trying to accomplish. Anything that does not in theater world, we say if it doesn't advance the script, if it does not advance your goal, then you're taking that out of your life and really economizing. For some of you, it might be something financial. You may need to pull back financially. If you've been overextending yourself, you need to pull back your energy. Sometimes you may have excessive thoughts, ruminating thoughts, or could be negative thoughts that are preventing you from moving forward. You want to get rid of those. Anything that is preventing you from moving forward, now is the time to look at that, assess that, and say, okay, what are my bottom lines? The second card that comes up, which is related to the degree status of the moon, is the card that represents weddings. Weddings are associated in this particular deck with doing things in a traditional manner, those tried and true methods that have not failed you so far. And then also to think about those tried and true methods, your best practices that you have developed on your own, and sticking to that. It is a time of conservation. This is a conservative moon in Capricorn, and both these cards suggest that you conserve rather than spend or expend. And then the goddess card for that reading is Hecate. Hecate is related to movement, the crossroads. She sees in the past, she sees in the future, and she is firmly focused on her present moment so that she can move forward. Again, she is associated with the crossroads, so there's other crossroad deities for those of you who are operating in different beliefs. The crossroad deity or crossroad spirit, Jesus Christ, sat on the cross. That's crossroads. We also have Eshu Alegba from the Yoruba pantheon. We have Coyote, the crow. For some people, it may be the spider, but it's also it's always a spirit that deals with the crossroads, and Hecate deals with crossroads. So if you're at a crossroads and you're trying to move forward, it suggests that this moon time and this reflection that you're doing during this moon time is actually going to help you be able to move forward with a better plan, with a more solid plan, with a clearer plan for yourselves, air signs. All right, moving right along to your elemental reading. I am pulled from the Lenormand 2 cards. One is the sky, and the other one is the is choices. And so these cards represent for me, again, cutting away the excess, getting rid of the excess, and those being the choices, the types of choices that you're having to make during this new moon phase. So what you're doing is looking at everything that you've got on your plate and really cutting away and making the decision to cut away the excess and cut away the things that are not supporting your goal or not supporting your forward movement. All right, moving right along into the signs. I have pulled a card from Mystical Shaman Oracle for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius in that order. So for Gemini, we have the Council. The Council is about you being able to connect to your ascended masters, Gemini. This is a time for you to do some meditation, prayer, affirmations, other things like that that are going to connect you spiritually to those entities, your ancestors, your ascended masters, those that surround you in the spirit realm that are pushing you towards your goals. You need to connect to those entities during the new moon, and the best way to do that is through prayer and meditation, being still, being silent, and waiting for those messages to come clearly to you through these entities. So I highly recommend new moon meditation for you, so that you can get what you need. You know, you can get whatever information that you need, and especially if you're asking about what it is that you need to chip away at. All right, so for Libras, we have the Time Master. This is about becoming a master of the time that you have been given. The best way to do that is be in synchronicity with those with the natural order of things, with that natural cycle. As you get connected with the moon cycles, or just getting connected with your elements and other things in nature, it allows you to be in the right timing. And right timing is really important, because you don't want to be slightly off. Sometimes when you have those near misses in life, or it's like, oh, if I had just been at the right place at the right time, it really is about being in synchronicity with nature and being in synchronicity with yourself, knowing what you're doing, knowing what you have been assigned to, and how you are aligned, and then you can see how to best utilize your time, or utilize your time more wisely. That also goes back to this card of economy, because once you have pared down to your bottom lines, then you can manage your time more effectively. So I think for you right now is just being able to tap in and know where the gaps in time exist, and where you may be going back to this card about the economy, where you may be spending a lot, or spending an excessive amount of time focused on one thing, and not being able to have enough time to spend on the things that you really want to accomplish. So it's about thinking about that. And then Aquarius, we have the crow. And again, remember when I talked about those spirits, or those elements that are associated with each other, that are syncretized with each other. Hecate is about the crossroads. The crow is also about the crossroads, and more specifically being able to see. So in this card with Hecate, she sees in the past, she sees the future, but she's moving forward most in her own way, in a positive way, without letting the past or the future cloud her ability to do what she has to do in the current moment. The same is true for the crow. The crow sees both sides. It sees in the spiritual world, and also in the physical world. So Aquarius, what this card means to me is that this time during the new moon is a great opportunity for you to really see things from a spiritual perspective, and see how your life is shaping up based on what your spirit is calling you to do, and then to tap into those unseen forces, or those unseen realms and unseen forces, to give you some of the answers that you're looking for. So again, prayer and meditation in this dormant moon is really highly recommended for you all at this time. All right, so that's the new moon, for the new moon view for December 26th for my air signs. If you want to stay in sync, you can continue to tune into this channel during the full moon and the new moon. And if you want to take a deeper dive and look at how the moon is affecting you on a personal level, you can reach out to me at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life, or you can connect with me or book your appointment through the website or the links that are below in the description box. As always, I hope you have a great new moon, and I hope you have a fantastic life.